Big story. Erik ten Hag willing to get Greenwood back into his squad for the preseason. What a way to start it off on this Saturday, as a very huge story coming in from the Sun, talking about Maosn Greenwood. The Sun are really so much close onto Maosn Greenwood, as I'm going to inform you as this video gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. Rokan David is my name. We are discussing Lindelof as being one of those players that Ten Hag regards as untouchable, and Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to give us a reason as to why. And lastly, David De Gea comparing himself to Manuel Neuer, and guess what? The answer was given to him. You know, sometimes I drop in certain things because I want you really to get well equipped of what the players' minds are always about. Lots of things happen behind doors and off pitch, and most of you don't get exactly to know what they are all about, but a lot happens off pitch, and what you see on the pitch is like 3% of the 100%. So that means 97% happens off the pitch, and what you saw on the pitch for 90 minutes is what we call the 3%. So smash the like button close to 200 times, and don't forget to subscribe. How do you subscribe to this channel? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time we upload a video onto this channel. Now, it's really happening at Man United, and lots of positivity as far as Greenwood is really concerned, as the takeover is really trying to sabotage everything. But Erik ten Hag looks like he's finding solutions for the center forward of the season that he's yet to start with a preseason down in USA. Now, Richard Moriarty from The Sun has told us that Ten Hag is willing to bring Maosn Greenwood back into his squad. Most of his teammates would also welcome him back into the dressing room if the club agrees. A final decision on Greenwood is expected to be made by the Glazers within the next week. Now, positives. Erik ten Hag willing to bring him back into the team of Man United. As a person who really has a magnifying glass and maybe a telescope that tries to really see things on a wider note, there is a positive and a negative into this. Now, Man United are into a very huge saga. You know, if you hear that Ten Hag wants to bring Maosn Greenwood back into his squad, that means he wants to go with him in America, you know, to be part of the preseason. What does that mean? It boils out into 1, 2, or 3. 1. It might be that Erik ten Hag has gotten to know that he is not going to get a center forward before we go all board to America, and that is possible because if you never knew, United is playing its first game in America. Let me check here. Man United, when are we playing our first game in America? Because after playing Lyon, we first play Leeds on the 12th, right? Leeds on the 12th, and we are playing them at Stadium. It's located in Norway. That is Leeds for you. Then after playing Leeds, we are going to play Lyon, right? At the Moorfield Stadium. That is in Scotland. Then after playing those two games, that's when we are going to America, and we are playing our first game in America on the 23rd of June, meaning that our preseason is going to start early. Ten Hag needs a decision to be taken on Maosn Greenwood. To me, I believe it's about him realizing that maybe we might not have gotten into a center forward that he wants. Remember, however much he's into Rasmus Højlund, he wants what we call a world-class striker. And him calling in for all demanding for the return of Maosn Greenwood ASAP in the squad of Man United is an indicator that he might sign one striker, and that striker is supposed to be world-class. That might really kick Rasmus Højlund out of the queue of those that he's going to sign. So to me, I see it as a little bit of a negative. Maybe we are still leaning so much onto signing Harry Kane, and they're not going to drag on until August. And Ten Hag will be wanting to get Maosn Greenwood back to see if that will lead the line with Anton Martial and he who will be fit to play. So that is one. His return has advantages and disadvantages. You can call them pros and cons. Secondly, it shows you that the decision is imminent. You know, on Thursday, was it Thursday or Wednesday, I brought you a story that was given to us by Tron Martial. He's a writer for the Manchester Evening News, confirmed to us that the decision of Maosn Greenwood is imminent. If it's a loan, they're going to send him to either Italy or Spain or Turkey, and if at all they decide to keep him, he will return immediately, and if at all they decide to terminate their contract, it will be terminated, and obviously things won't go the way most of you, the fans of this channel, want. But it shows you that termination is really hard because they need to pay off his contract, something that won't work out well for the Glazers in this situation where they don't want to even spend money, you know. In transfers, they've not spent money, and then they go ahead and really pay close to £15 million to Maosn Greenwood. I think that won't work out like that. So I understand that decision is going to be taken very soon, and next week, let's wait and see whether the Sun is really right. But what really gives me confidence about the Sun reporting things concerning Maosn Greenwood, they were the first media outlet to break the story that he has been acquitted of his charges in February. Then after that, they broke news that Maosn Greenwood's girlfriend is pregnant, and obviously he was. Then they broke a story of how Maosn Greenwood is planning to marry the girlfriend. So they've been so much exact and accurate on the news concerning Maosn Greenwood, meaning that maybe his entourage and representatives are really so much in talks with the Sun, and they will let out this story. And this positive story is coming out towards the decision on whether he's staying or not are really being masterminded by the club of Man United and the the team of Maosn Greenwood. There is a story that also published that Erik ten Hag called Maosn Greenwood and they talked, and they also allowed certain Man United players to go out and start talking to Maosn Greenwood to see to it that they really help in his rehabilitation. So let's wait and see how that's going to pan out. Greenwood is being demanded by Erik ten Hag to return at Carrington. He wants him to be on his preseason, but obviously he is not the main man to decide. But his word can really be so much a yardstick that the Glazers and Richard Arnold are going to really rely on to really make a decision. And when you look at Man United, they can make a decision to save money, because Greenwood, when you have him, that means you're going to sign one center forward, you know. That means Rasmus Højlund is not coming through. You are getting in maybe a Victor Osimhen, or you are getting in a Goncalo Ramos, a Dusan Vlahovic, right? And that will really help United save money, especially if the Glazers are still here and we don't know when they are leaving, you know. According to what I brought you yesterday, close to 3 stories concerning the takeover, it's like the Glazers are still here, and they are just in a hard place and a rock. They failed to come out and really make decisions. I don't know who is going to come out and gazamp them out of this team, out of this club. I don't know. It's heavens that know only, because they've gone ahead to do much harm than good to this club. So let's leave that story of Ten Hag and Greenwood there. Let's get into the Victor Lindelof story. A man that has been at the club of Man United this season, and when Lisandro Martinez got an injury, he got a chance to prove his worth to Erik ten Hag. And there have been very many rumors linking him to Atletico Madrid, Eintracht Frankfurt, but Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead and really thrown what we call a huge spotlight onto these rumors that we are circulating around that he might be leaving. He said, Ten Hag has never changed position on Victor Lindelof. He's untouchable. Same message sent to Atletico and Inter last January, still valid now. Eintracht Frankfurt were never in concrete talks with Man United. Atletico and Inter were keen on signing him, but no chance. So this is music to my ears, and I think many of you are really excited about this, because if you are a fan of good football and players who are really good on the ball, ice cold, and very much important that they are consistent, then you might be a fan of Victor Lindelof. We've seen him every time he played with Eric Bay, he has always looked magnificent. Every time he has played with Rafael Varane, has looked magnificent. With Lisandro Martinez, with Luke Shaw, he has looked magnificent, you know. But the calamity is Harry Maguire. And I think it's good that Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to realize it, that this is the problem of Man United and he needs to move Harry Maguire on. The beauty of that story of Harry Maguire is that more teams are really increasing their appetite to sign Harry Maguire. Newcastle, Aston Villa, West Ham, Everton. We are now having 4 teams. There is even Spurs. They are close to 4 or 5 teams that are interested into the signing of Harry Maguire. So I wish that deal happens ASAP, because we know that he's a 5th choice, not even a 5th, 6th. Because 6th, 5th, Rafael Varane, Lisandro Martinez, Lindelof, Luke Shaw is ahead of him. He's a 5th choice centre back. And when Kim Min-jae comes in through, he'll be a 6th choice centre back. Even if it's not Kim Min-jae, United might find themselves signing in another centre back. You know, we are being linked to Disasi of Monaco, but United is really sold on an idea of getting in Kim Min-jae. And the coming in of Kim Min-jae will be the last nail in Harry Maguire's coffin. So let's wait and see how that is happening. But Ten Hag has gone ahead to reveal to the media that Lindelof is untouchable, and that is really good music to my ears, and I'm smiling from one ear to another because I like the player. To me, if you want to be playing from the back, Lindelof is the guy. If you are having Lindelof and Lisandro Martinez play into that central defense and you are building up from the back, then you are having the right people to really get you that ball and build it up from the back through the midfield to the front or the third or the final third of the pitch. So I'm really excited that Ten Hag is going to have to really decide that way, and that means Lindelof is going nowhere and is going to be one of those players that his contract is going to be looked through by the board of Man United. Then lastly, let's talk about Bastian Schweinsteiger, one of the players that came in from Bayern Munich and came to Man United. But when he came into Man United, David De Gea had a very huge question to ask him, that is about Manuel Neuer, and I've gone ahead to laugh. This story has really made me laugh, and I think most of you are really going to be excited about it. Now, Bastian Schweinsteiger said on De Gea, when I first came to Man United, De Gea said, tell me, am I better than Neuer? He said, I was like, no, you are not. It is a different level. He was angry, but I explained why. Whenever he had a great game, he would ask me again. I would say he wasn't. Obviously, what makes David De Gea known a better goalkeeper than Manuel Neuer is that he has not been a ball-playing goalkeeper for a very long time. And to start to execute that, he has started it under Erik ten Hag. But for Manuel Neuer, he's a generational goalkeeper. For the years I've seen him keeping that goal of Bayern Munich and Germany, he has been a ball-playing goalkeeper. That's it. Ball-playing goalkeeper. And he has been so modern. That's it. He's a sweeper goalkeeper and a ball-playing goalkeeper. Things that David De Gea has not been doing. But when it comes to shot stopping, I believe David De Gea edges Manuel Neuer. But if at all you are looking for a complete goalkeeper, Manuel Neuer is a more complete goalkeeper than David De Gea. I understand David De Gea was annoyed when Bastian told him that, but he was telling him the truth, because the fact is Manuel Neuer has been on top of his career for a very, very, very long time, and is that goalkeeper that you'd always fancy to be having into your team. So that's what I had for you this morning. Tell me your thoughts about Ten Hag demanding for Greenwood's return, and what do you make about Lindelof being described as untouchable at Man United, and David De Gea being pissed off by Bastian Schweinsteiger about Manuel Neuer truth. So I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. First video of the day, and more is yet to come onto this channel of ours that strictly does Man United content. Thank you for watching in through. Bye bye, and hope you are really going to have a fantastic Saturday ahead of you. Champions League finale coming up today. Damian saying it's a derby and is going to do everything he really believes, or everything in his potential, to stop City from lifting the Champions League. There is a stat that I've seen, that I saw yesterday, that might give you a lot of hope as you United fan, that the 3 times they've gone ahead to win the Champions League, they've gone ahead to stop teams from winning a treble. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and which other team did they stop from winning a treble? Let me check for that stat here. It really excited me, and I thought maybe it's going to work out in our way, but let's wait and see. But in 1964, they stopped Real Madrid from winning a treble. In 1965, they stopped Benfica from winning a treble. And in 2010, they stopped Bayern Munich from winning a treble. That is Inter Milan for you. So it shows you that all signals are that maybe they might win this, because every time they've gone ahead to win a Champions League finale, they found themselves stopping a team from winning a treble. And Man City is just this Champions League trophy away from completing or making the treble complete. Ciao, ciao, my mates.